trucks at Talladega again, and no, this is not the race. It's just the last minute of practice. Cool, 77 already going for a slide. And I'm being joined in the booth by somebody. What's up, Jimmy?
What's up, brother? I didn't realize you was already live. I'm sorry, brother.
You good. If I need to
Appreciate you
pause it,
calling this for us.
if I need to pause it real quick, I can pause it.
Oh no, you're good, brother. Let's make sure we get Mr. Steven Scott Jr. an interview here real quick. You can pull him up anytime.
I just tried to get him in
His
here.
aunt, Miss Crystal, passed away at a young age of 34. She's always supported him and watched all his racing and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to holler at you, but appreciate all you do, Jim Bob.
We will be pulling up Steven Scott Jr. before the race tonight. After qualifying. If he wants to talk about it, I'll let him talk about it. But before we get underway, we got a strong field on hand, at least 19 trucks, at least. And, man, we're going to get her rolling here. We're going to see who's going to be the first one to post a lap. Nathan Barksdale, first truck to roll out. You only get one lap. You really need to make it count. Followed by the 18 of Jeffrey Morrison. He will be the second one to potentially post a lap. Marcos Hernandez just now rolling out. He'll go off third. Benjamin Elliott, always fast here. Oh, I'm sorry. There's two Elliots, Benjamin and Richard Elliott. I think this will be the first time I see Benjamin Elliott, as he will restart. Right now to 6th, Nathan Barksdale starting his qualifying lap. Or should be starting it anyway. So right now we're still waiting Barksdale to post the lap. And the first lap, the one to beat, down to the line. 54.788, that is the lap to beat. Jeffrey Morrison, does he top it? He does with a 54.70. Of course, the overlays have to update. And there you see, Marcos Hernandez goes top of the board. Christopher Carter, former pole sitter the other night, top of the board. A lot of drivers now. Sean Corbett, who had a great run the other night. And had a great run last night, actually. And now we're trying to find some other cars here. Benjamin Elliott goes 11th quickest. Steve Sizemore, always one of the favorites here, posting his first qualifying lap now. Meanwhile, Michael Wingo goes 13th quickest. Yeah, for there you go. Steve Sizemore had a great run last night, just was not able to put it together when it really needed to. He looks to go at one more spot. Sizemore now cutting the apron down at the bottom, trying to pick up an extra tenth or two. Survey says second quickest for Sizemore. That being said, we'll go ahead and get Steven Scott Jr. in here. Steven Scott Jr., you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Buddy, I was told that you would like a few minutes before the race started. Right now, sitting 11th quickest. What's on your mind, buddy?
Oh, no, I was just well, at first I was trying to get a picture for like a full wide salute thing, but we just already did that.
Everything all right by chance, or just something
Well,
you don't want to talk about right now?
Well, I just recently lost my aunt on, and she supported me a bunch of these races,
Dude.
and she helped me design my truck and everything. So I was just trying to get a good I just wanted to get a good picture of something to give her, so she helped me design this truck and all.
All right, well, remind me whenever the broadcast ends. I'll go back through practice, see if I can find it. I'm sorry to hear about your loss, buddy.
Oh yes, sir, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And need anything, just let me know. I'll see you. I don't know. I'll help out the best way I can, buddy. Sorry.
Yes, sir. I'm hoping to speak to you again in a little bit.
Oh, trust me if you want. And tell everybody.
I'm hoping to be one of the top 3.
Well, tell anybody if they want an interview, just be in the waiting room. It ain't got necessarily
Yes,
be
sir.
top 3.
Well, I would like that though.
Okay, well, top 3. Well, top 3 definitely gets an interview.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Ain't no problem, buddy. So heavy hearts tonight. Steven Scott Jr. racing in memory of his aunt. Gonna be a watch tonight. And Steven Scott Jr. will roll off in the 11th position. We'll go ahead and get the starting grid lined up for tonight. Sean Corbett, Steve Sizemore, first and second. Michael Barksdale, Christopher E. Carter, third and fourth. Garrett Caswell, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right this time. I understand, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'll get a definite word here. Michael Menchaca, 6th. Richard Elliott, 7th. Carl Lingle, 8th. Marcos Hernandez and Jeffrey Morrison, 9th and 10th. Steven Scott Jr. just spoke with him, racing with heavy hearts. And I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I hope he can go up here and win it. He's going to be my sentimental favorite. Sean Futrell will start 12th. That is the fast 12 on down through the field. Nathan Barksdale, Benjamin Elliott, 13th, 14th. Michael Wingo in 15th. John Ward starting deep in the field, but I have no doubts that 92 will be up there to the front. Bobby Forsby, 17th. Justin Johnson in 18th. Joey Allen and Ambrose DeBell, 19th and 20th, and then right out the field, William H. Scott Jr. in 21st. So loaded out field tonight. Gary Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, buddy, I hope I pronounced it right this time. If I ain't mistaken, Caswell, right? Instead of Casewell?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough then, I guess. Rolling off 5th, buddy. You've had a great run the last 2 events live on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. Nothing short of a top 5. Is that the plan tonight, or does things change with a slightly bigger field compared to last night?
Plans are changing, but I'm going for the win today. I mean, just the goal is just to not just make as much mistakes as I have been in the past couple of events. So, and I feel if I can lower those small mistakes down, then I should be pretty good and in a good spot to win this thing.
All right, buddy. Best of luck. Garrett Caswell starts 5th here tonight. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. 21 trucks on hand tonight. Bigger field compared to what we had last night. Daytona with the Gen 4s. Always great to see more trucks, but can cause a little bit more chaos. So with that being said, Sean Corbett and Steve Sizemore brings them down to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
I don't know what's up with that camera, but either way, we're rolling. Great jump on both lanes going down into turn number 1. See, both lanes kind of even, a little bit more organization on the bottom, down the back straightaway. Sizemore out with an early advantage for the moment, down the back straightaway to look for the outside lane and be able to get these great runs. Down into turn 3. Turn 4, Steve Sizemore trying to pick up where he left off last night. Of course, led the most laps, but not able to get it done, and Sizemore leads lap 1. The outside lane already bounded back. You see Christopher Carter up there. Trying to pull that outside lane with Michael Menchakas. Sean Corbett now on the bottom, pushing Sizemore. Third lane already starting to form up there on the top lane. Steven Scott Jr. heard at the top of the show, racing with heavy hearts, getting pushed by John Ward. But right now, that third lane really not going to try to go nowhere. As I say that, they're maintaining side by side. But Sizemore now runs Carter. Oh, a bit of a big block on Carter. Kind of cut him off over the door for Corbett. Corbett will lead lap 2. Look at a run that Scott Jr. has on the outside with John Ward. Amazing how them 2 trucks are just able to do that tonight. See another pair trying to jump up there with them down the back straightaway, 3 wide on lap 3. Sizemore still out in front for the moment. Here comes Corbett back, getting pushed by Michael Barksdale. On the bottom lane, you see Garrett Caswell. Third truck in line on the bottom, trying to make something happen. The outside lane falling back just a little bit. Michael Wingo jumped up there to push the 77 and the 18. Jeffrey Morrison in the 18, I should say. Sizemore leads his second lap of the night. Work lap 4, bound in turn number 1. Here comes Carter back to the outside. Outside lane, really trying to get the pushes down the back straightaway. Being pushed by 32, Michael Menchaca now. You see the outside lane. That third lane's completely decimated back apart into 2 wide over to Steven Scott Jr. Down the back straightaway, Carter with a slight lead, but going back into 3. Carter still holding that lead, growing it up to about half a truck. You see the bottom lane able just to bring it right back. Sizemore still trying to lead. He's already led 2 laps tonight, trying to lead the most laps like he did last night and try to win this thing. Carter fighting on the outside. You see John Ward, who started way in the back, is already up to about the 6th position, fighting for a top 5. Carl Lingle right behind him. You see Carter up the track in the 3rd lane, and that's going to be bad. So Carter now going all the way to the back, and Michael Menchaca now was trying to pull that 2nd lane. Up, and he does for a moment with a push from the 92 with John Ward. Ward already up from the back to the front. Biggest mover already. John Ward up 13 spots. Joey Allen up 12. Justin Johnson up 9. Down the front straightaway to the start-finish line. Side by side for the lead. Giving to Michael Menchaca, who will lead his first laps tonight, immediately goes down to the bottom. Now John Ward, the fast 92. Actually gives up just a little bit of ground. Actually, that gives Sizemore room to come up. Sizemore now wanting to lead back, going to try to put an outside lane. Down the back straightaway. Corbett trying to push Menchaca back up there. For the moment, Sizemore back down to cover it. And Steve Sizemore out front about as quick as when he lost it. C23, Joey Allen, that third truck in line. As just mentioned, he's up 9 spots from where he started. But right now, the outside lane falters a little bit. Sean Corbin jumps to the outside. Corbin, I'm sorry. Getting a big push from Ward. Of course, a lot of drivers now just trying to jockey for position. 21 truck strong. You see a little bit of Johnson in the back. They keep it straight for the moment. Down the back straightaway now. Corbett with a push from Ward. Out just by a little bit. Side by side entering 3. Sizemore fighting back over the bottom lane. Off of 4. And of course, that outside lane just gets their best run, comes off of 2. Other than that, it kind of stalls out. Sizemore up to cover, trying to work both lanes to the bottom of the track. Here comes Michael Menchaca at the line. It's still Steve Sizemore leading his 5th lap for the race tonight. Michael Barksdale having a great run already tonight. 2nd truck on the inside lane. That 00 trying to push the 32 back up to the front. And right now, the biggest dropper of the race so far would be Christopher Carter, minus 15. Running back there in the 19th position. Sizemore now still trying to pull that outside lane back up to where he can get clear and have all lights. When he does get clear, he's going to drop back down to the bottom. Clear for the moment. Actually, no, he stays up top. Now Menchaca back to the inside at the line. Still giving Sizemore. But only by inches. Drivers now, some getting shuffled out of line. The 82 Justin Johnson up on that 3rd lane. And we have a caution. Sean Futrell, Jeffrey Morrison. What in the world is happening here? William H. Scott Jr., big break for him. Let's go ahead and see what happened from the far chase cam. Okay, so he's already turned sideways here. All right, here we go, off of 4. Looking at the 8 of Futrell. The 18 misjudges just come down. I guess you can call that a misjudge. I ain't too sure. I don't think he'd do it intentional, not this early in the race, but yeah. 18, Jeffrey Morrison comes down. It's hard to say. I mean, it's a very abrupt move, but it's hard to say, really. But actually, the 18 suffers more damage out of this wreck than what the 8 does. So we can't get a look at that right front and see just how bad it is. Because right now, this looks like it's going to be a fast repair. And it is badly. Massive damage. It's already under caution on lap 9. We are back live here now. We're going to see who makes. We're going to see everybody. Yep, everybody's going to come in this time, get topped off. The strategy's still the same. They got to make it to the end of these 40 laps. And no, I do not believe this caution is going to get them in the window. It'll definitely push that window back a little bit as everybody comes in, for the most part, led by Steve Sizemore. And yes, officially, everybody's coming in. Black flag, the 04 of Ambrose. Probably too fast entering. You're going to get a great look at the race off of pit road. You can see Steve Sizemore easily taking it. You see the rest of the drivers. Really, just to give you a look at the tower, just until we go back green, then we'll switch back over to the horizontal. This is the order as they come out of the pits. The top five as they run: Sizemore, Menchaca, Corbett, Barksdale, and Caswell has the top five. Both the Elliots, but both the Elliots, Richard Elliott and Benjamin Elliott, 6th and 7th, Joey Allen, 8th, Carl Lingle, 9th, and Marcos Hernandez. That rounds out your top 10. Let's see if we can't get an interview. There's somebody here. Christopher Carter, you got a copy,
Yes,
buddy?
sir. Yes, I do.
Well, buddy, you're at the front earlier, and then we saw you go up to the third lane. Was that by design, or was it a bad push? What was your take on it?
I'd been up there for the first 3 laps just wide open, and I just wanted to fall back to the back and save some fuel is all it was.
Okay, so it was by design.
Yes.
Well, buddy, I'm going to ask you this question for the sake of loan. I know you just went on a 9-lap stint before pitting. How does this look? How does this open up the fuel window? Is it probably going to be about 25 to go, or does it push it back closer to the end of the race?
It still end up being around. I don't know. We're going to have to make a decision because we'll be in the window here in about 15 laps. So it's going to be a decision to be made where we're going to go. I'd say around, if I was to guess, I would say right inside the window with about 18, 17 to go. Somewhere around there.
All right, buddy. Well, look, I'm gonna drop you back down. You're in Team 1, if I ain't mistaken, weren't you?
Yeah, down there with John Ward.
Okay. All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. Hope to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you. Thanks for broadcast.
Ain't no problem, buddy. That was Christopher Carter. And of course, you see Carter down at the bottom in the 19th position along with John Ward. So some drivers playing it safe, others, and let's just lead some laps. Steve Sizemore so far as leading laps goes, Steve Sizemore has led 9 of the first 12. And of course, Sean Corbett led 1, Michael Menchaca led 1, and them have pretty much been your only 3 lead changes so far officially. So with that being said, Sizemore and Corbett will now bring them down to the green flag here to get this race back going. It's been a fairly calm race, only 1 caution involving 2 cars. And they are rolling. Lap 13, it's about to be started. A great jump by the bottom lane. Corbett not able to really get the speed. Been chalking out to the back bumper of the 8. The 8 or the 19, however how you want to look at it. You see Steven Scott Jr. up there jumping up to that third lane. Maybe trying to see if anybody go win him, or would it be by design? He might be one second before you see a bit of a late block and attempt to. That's going to put Sizemore in the middle going backwards. Corbett and Menchaca now fighting for the lead. Sizemore's going to drop at least 6 spots, possibly 7 now. Focus back up on the lead. Menchaca now getting a push from Garrett Caswell. Joseph Allen on the bottom pushing in Corbett. Trying to pull that outside lane back together. And he's got Barksdale pushing him. Michael Barksdale, that is. Now that's right. Menchaca leads his second lap. Here comes Corbett with a strong run. Back to the outside, side by side as they come off of 2. Watch the run that the outside lane gets. We'll see if it materializes. Off of turn 2 now. Down the back straightaway, side by side for the moment. Justin Johnson. Little pick up. Drop down below the yellow line. No horn, no foul. Another truck. Jumping up to that third lane. Looks like the 25 of Wingo. Being pushed by Ward. No surprise there. John Ward trying to fight himself back up to the front. The 18 of Jeffrey Morrison, who was just involved in the first caution, trying to work that third lane as well. Here comes Barksdale. Look to the outside with Sizemore. Sizemore, now they're going to be 4 wide. Exit triangle, back to 3 for the moment. And at the line, John Corbett leads his second lap, quickly down to the bottom with 3 wide again. 26 laps to go. Of course, the intensity already up, already 3 wide. Nobody really cares about pit strategy right now. Everybody's trying to get track position. Here comes Michael Wingo on the outside lane, getting pushed by Ward. The 18 to 77, Christopher Carter. Yeah, he was just trying to ride and save fuel. He might be trying to get back up there to the front. 3 wide off of 4 again. Meanwhile, Corbett now able to control both lanes if he wants it. As I say that, Michael Barksdale fighting back on the middle lane. At the line, Corbett looks to lead this one, but not by much. Michael Barksdale with the slight lead. He has not officially led a lap tonight. Right now, Corbett nose in the head, ever so slightly getting pushed by the 32 of Menchaca. You see the 25 of Wingo. We got 2 25s the way it looks. Yeah, 2 25s. I think that's Benjamin Elliott up there in that third lane. Now they're 4 wide. Barksdale went way wide. Easy, boys. 25 to go. To race it like it's 5 to go. Barksdale going all the way back. Literally from the front to the back. It's going to be 24 laps to go this time by. Corbett now trying to lead his 4th lap right now. That incident with the 4 wide really messed up both the middle and outside lane. Big run for the 92. That is Richard Elliott, so there's 2 25s. Elliott to blue and white, Wingo to red. Right now, Ward pushing Elliott down the back straightaway. 3rd lane trying to make a run happen. Side by side, 3 wide for the lead. Back to 2 for the moment. They're 3 wide from row 2 on back now. A little bit of a wiggle from the 25 in the middle. Lord have mercy, somebody makes one mistake and I can see the whole field getting gone just as fast as they can. Meanwhile, Corbett now being able to hold both lanes for the moment. All 3 of them. Corbett up to the middle to block the 25. Sizemore stuck back in the middle again. Well, got stuck for a while momentarily, kicked back to the middle. How about the 0-2 of Richard Elliott? O2 of it. Richard Elliott now running about the 10th position in the middle. You can't quite see him. Benjamin Elliott in the 25. Menchaca now getting pushed by Caswell. And right now, Corbett, that truck looks real strong there for that middle lane like he is side by side with the 32. See Benjamin Elliott, that 3rd lane has kind of dissipated for the moment. I think some drivers thought, maybe we do need to save fuel a little bit. Meanwhile, Menchaca looks like he didn't want to go under to the middle. But he does. Able to maintain the lane control for the moment. You see, an aggressive drop back down to the bottom. Almost got turned going in turn one. Of course, you talked to Garrett Caswell at the top of the show. He felt like these small mistakes that he's been making, that's hurt his progress just a little bit and preventing him from getting a win. Well, right now, he's in prime position to do it right now, running third. Second truck on the bottom lane of that green, purple, and white, number 17. Meanwhile, here comes Sizemore, John Ward, Benjamin Elliott. Third lane trying to come back alive. Sizemore pulling them. Lee Corbett on the middle line really has not been able to get back up there. The leader kind of just stuck between second and third, as right now he's 3 wide going backwards. Sizemore now drops to the middle lane. That's going to put Ward, the leader, on the top lane. 21 to go, down turn 2 this time by. I don't think I've ever seen them be this intense, going 3 wide. Not this many trucks for about now 80% of this race. With 20 to go, though, the pushes are going to get more aggressive. People's not going to be as forgiving the more the laps kick down. Oh, and we still got a green flag pit stop to make unless there's a caution. Meanwhile, Sizemore down to the bottom, covering the third to Menchaca now. Sizemore back up to the front. Did that lap to John Ward, though, actually. Or actually, no, John Ward to my data up here. See, but bad benefit, that third lane, they drop back just ever so slightly. You see, I believe that's Johnson again back below the third lane. And it takes a lot for that third lane just to pull side by side. And they got to pull just a little bit more to try to get clear. So that third lane with Ward, Elliott, the other Elliott, the 18 and the 77, they've got their work cut out for them. So meanwhile, at the front, Sizemore leads again. That's his clutch lap for the race tonight. 19 to go. Here comes the outside lane again with Ward. Able to pull up next to the 25. Right now, Menchaca pushing that 8. He knows that if he can get clear, he might potentially want to jump up. As I say that, Sizemore jumps up to cover that middle line. Sizemore knows that 32 to 45, like they all got fast cars. Really, it's still anybody's race with 19 to go here, but really he knows that the 32 and the 45, they've been able to pull up there better, whether it's utilizing the side draft or ever how they're doing it. But he knows that he's definitely got to stay in front of them 3 to get the job done tonight. But right now, Sizemore pulling that middle lane. Menchaca now, he will lead. Back 22. They're looking to run Sizemore against from the 45. $18 to go. I'm gonna try to get the chat going down here. Is there a favorite that you guys like early, or is it too early to call? If you have a vote, put it in the chat below. Well, wait for that to happen. Sizemore now back to controlling the bottom lane. The push from Menchaca. You see Corbett now trying to pull back outside. The 25 of Benjamin Elliott behind him. To go right now. The 3 wide racing has kind of toned down, and I'm beginning to wonder if you're thinking that they're in the pit window here. You look to the side, everybody's pretty much on the same strategy. Elliott in third, up 11 spot. Him and Joey Allen both tied for the biggest movers, and then you see Forsby was the second, third. Constantly changing here. Meanwhile, Sizemore now outside lane, not able to stay hooked up as good whatever the case may be, they drop back to about 3 cars now. Now 4 side by side with Joey Allen for the 4th spot. 3 cars single file for the moment. Does Garrett Casewell or Michael McDuffie? And they both try to get to the outside lane and not Sizemore back or just run single file for the moment. It really, now that I look at it, what I'm seeing is I see a lot of drivers now trying to migrate to the bottom. They're probably thinking pit stops here within the next 5 to 10 laps, if not sooner. Just the way it's looking, everybody migrating to the bottom now that's trying. We will have some drivers trying to pit from that middle lane. We saw that, I believe it was Wednesday night, where a couple of drivers tried to pit from the middle lane. It actually ended up being a massive wreck to throw the first caution of the race. See now Corbett getting the push from the 25 slash the 1 of Benjamin Elliott. The reason I say the 1 is because the scoreboard is saying one thing, but the car number is saying a whole different number. So it can be confusing for me, and I apologize if I've got a few of them mixed up tonight. Meanwhile, 15 to go, Sizemore now to the outside lane, trying to form up just a little bit, only 5 cars, and it's definitely manageable to stay side by side with the leader. Right now, Sizemore able to control both lanes, getting pushed by 32 and then Chaka to 45 of Corbett. Garrett Caswell, he's been at the front all night within the top 5 for the Jordan. 23 of Joey Allen, he's worked himself up after starting in the back. Right now, William H. Scott Jr. in the pits. We're actually going, because he is actually rolling now. We're actually going to pull up this overlay here in a moment. I see several drivers in the pits actually, from what it's telling me. So we're going to go ahead and pull up the pit stop overlay down at the bottom, because here they come. The whole field down. And do they make it safely? Richard Elliott has to duck back up. Oh, they did not. Sean Futrell's in. Oh, massive wreck. No caution. Justin Johnson avoiding at the 18. Jeffrey Morrison, he finally gets back in. We're right now to race off of pit road. Richard Elliott, the only one who I believe stayed out here. And he is. Richard Elliott, I believe if I saw him at the top of the screen, he was trying to come in, thought better of just going back around instead of running over a few drivers. It is very difficult when you got 19 some cars trying to make it on pit road, but Elliott is in this time. Here with Elliott pitting. See, 32. Michael Menchaca had such a great run going. Appears that he was caught up in that scrap. Now he is back rolling. See, so Richard Elliott still holds on to the lead. But this will be the battle for the lead right here, as a bit of a 3-car separate between Sizemore, Caswell, and Corbett now. Allen trying to get caught back up, as is the rest of the field. But Benjamin Elliott in the 1, up to 5th. See right now, here comes, this looks like it'll be the main pack right here. Allen, Elliott, Barksdale, Ward. I see a 7 of Hernandez. Bobby Carter is in the mix of that somewhere. So unless there's a caution, I'm surprised there's not a caution with 3 cars, but hey, it is what it is. It is pit road, not real life. Nobody's in the way here, and it sets up what could be the very well to race to the end. Corbett now trying to come back on the outside lane. He's got Alan Ward and Carter with him. Meanwhile, Caswell pushes Sizemore. Sizemore officially has led 17 laps tonight. Most of the drivers so far trying to get it done tonight. Down the back straightaway now. Corbett now with a slight lead. A great push from Allen. Does Corbett drop down? He does. Coming up on a lap truck here. That's the 32 of Michael Menchaca, who before that green flag pit stop was in the thick of it. But now, unless there's a caution, the night's done with 11 to go, coming to 10. 9 trucks in contention to win it. They have aggressive block from Allen down to the bottom. That's going to leave the outside lane open for Ward. John Ward ain't seen him much at the front all night till the closing laps like he always does. Christopher Carter with him. Carter playing the field game. Wanted to get within the window. So now the 20. Ready to contend for the win. Down the back straightaway. Ward out with a slight lead. Allen battling back on the bottom. He's got Corbett and Sizemore with him. Bottom or outside lane though, the majority of the trucks going to be interesting to see how the bottom lane can hold off the outside lane. 9 to go. You see the 25. Benjamin Elliott drops down to the bottom lane. Now it's 5 trucks on the bottom. Garrett Casewell's got shuffled back. Was third a couple laps ago. Now he's taking the 8th position now. Allen, and here comes the run for Ward. About to put another truck a lap down. That would be the 8 of Sean Cooper. Has not been an easy night for him as far as the 2 wrecks that's happened. He's been involved in both, as has the 18 of Jeffrey Morrison, who was the only truck retired from the race. Nine to go. Corbett now with 6 laps, hoping to lead 7 in the rest of them. Sizemore's led the most laps at 17. Here comes the 23 and the 92. The 20 outside lane trying to get back going here. Allen this time side by side with the 45. Down to the line, 8 to go. Give it to Joseph Allen. Right now it's pretty much just who makes the first mistake as far as whoever controls the lanes. If Corbett makes a mistake, gets shut down line, and it could give Allen lane control over both trucks, over both lanes. Keith Allen drops down to the bottom to pick up the 45, but now that leaves a fast John Ward to lead the outside lane with Carter, Barksdale, and Caswell. Outside lane, you see the 32 just laying back there in wait behind this pack. He is not a part of this win. 7 to go. I'm going to ask a question. Do we have any John Ward fans out there tonight that want to see him win? Now everybody tell me, who's your favorite driver? I got one Sizemore, I got one Caswell. Is there anybody else? With 6 to go, this next time by, it's getting down to be crunch time. These drivers are going to start doing desperate things. What's up? Now, Allen jumps up top, trying to cover that bottom lane. Corbett now with Sizemore on the bottom. Here comes the 7 of Dern. Marcos Hernandez. Ain't seen much of him all night tonight until the closing lap. So having a lot of drivers plays the field game. They ride around, be patient until the end. They can execute pit road. They got a great chance. Still 9 trucks in contention. Corbett up top. Trying to block that 23. Corbett now, he's had a fast truck the last 2 nights. Really has had a fast truck and Gen 4 car. Might add all week. Another one of them, those Sizemore on the bottom. Of course, for those of y'all that missed a great Budweiser shootout type of race last night, only 14 cars but it was one of the best races you ever seen. Meanwhile, oh, Allen gets Corbett loose a little bit. Corbett saves it, 5 to go. Well, the pushes ain't going to be more forgiving. They're going to come at places where the driver does not want them. You don't want to get pushed in the tri-oval. Well, by God, you're going to get pushed in the tri-oval now with 5 to go. Justin Johnson on the bottom lane. See now, a little bit of separation, a little bit of 3 wide. It's go time, baby. Allen, the lone truck on the outside lane. He's going to drop back to about the 8th or 9th position now. Sizemore and Corbett, the two that's been out front the majority of the night. Sizemore's led 17 laps tonight. Corbett's led 7. John Ward's only led 1, but Ward's trying to get back up to the front. At the line. Give it to John Ward. 4 laps to go for Talladega. And Ward now immediately covers the bottom. Now, how does Christopher Carter handle this? How does Garrett Caswell handle this? You see the 25, Benjamin Elliott, trying to get Allen up there to push him. 3rd lane, trying to get forward here. 9 drivers putting on one of the best shows. If there's a caution, you can bring the rest of the field back up. 3 wide at Talladega, 3 rows deep. 4 to lead, Ward in the middle. Ward leading the middle, Sizemore at the bottom. Garrett Caswell leading the outside lane. See Caswell a little high though. That is going to hurt that outside lane just a little bit. You see Allen, he always drops back down to the middle. And Ward now to the bottom, 3 wide, kind of dissipates as quick as he came. Caswell drops to the middle, now down to the bottom. 3 trucks on the middle lane to try to help. Make it 5 now. 3 to go. There's a caution, and we will go to overtime. It's realistically 18 trucks be in contention if we do get a caution. But right now, 2 to go. John Ward has finished 3rd the last 2 nights. And he told me last night he's ready to go up 2 more. A big block for Ward to the 20th corner. 2 to go. Sizemore and Corbett trying to get back under history of the 25 of Benjamin Elliott. Allen trying to get up there to him, trying to be of service, trying to help push the 1/25 of Elliott. Right now, not able to do so. Down the back straightaway. If there's a caution now, it's overtime. If they make it back to the white, it's official. Whatever happens, happens. Ward now back to the bottom, covering Sizemore. Now it's up to Carter. Of course, you see the 25 of Elliott trying to pull him and Allen up to the front pack. But if they're going to try to pull anything, now's the time. White flag, 1 to go for John Ward. Barksdale trying to push the 20 up the middle. Here comes Caswell. A little bit of a bad push. Double zero, a little bit squirrely now. Ward still able to control both lanes. You see Allen drops to the bottom. Top 5 does get a payout. Oh, Sizemore gets turned. Carter, Barksdale almost upside down. Meanwhile, Ward and Corbett. Caswell gets through it, but he has not gotten a draft. This is between Ward and Corbett. Moore reckon on the front straightaway. Well, that truck play a factor. Down to the bottom. Corbett's going to try to look. Corbett to the inside at the line. John Ward wins at Talladega. God almighty. John Ward takes Corbett. And what was a thriller down to the last lap, pretty much. Garrett Caswell comes in 3rd. Joseph Allen 4th. Benjamin Elliott in the 5th position. Carter 6th. Bobby Ford being 7th. Michael Barksdale, after nearly going upside down, was able to get 8th. I'm being joined in the booth by the 45 of Corbett. Buddy, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy, man.
Well, buddy, I'll be damned. You try to give them a run for the money, and if you had another 500 feet, you might would have got next to them. So, just tell me about the night. You're up at the front the majority of the night, led 6 laps, 7 laps actually. Jess, was there anything you could have done different to possibly go up one more spot here?
Uh, no, not really. I can only race what's around me. Everybody did great. I mean, it was a fairly clean race. Um, just the lead changes up front. Um, it was a little squirrely, so I decided to lay back and play a little bit safe. But um, all in all, I mean, it was a good time, and congrats to John. And yeah, I don't know what more I could have done. I boxed in on that bottom, and I can only go where people go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, buddy, I do want to ask about the. Well, it seemed like whenever a driver would get up to the front, able to clear the lead pack, they'd either drop down to the bottom or go up to the top. Was it more or less just trying to control all lanes, or were you trying to get with allies, or what was the reasoning behind that? Because it just wasn't you; it was several other drivers. They get clear from the line that pushed them, and then they drop down to another line and get side by side. What's the method or the reasoning behind that exactly?
Well, I mean, the guy behind you is going to be burning up. Like I had to push Steve and tell him, I'm burning up. I either lay off of him and we go nowhere, or if he's clear, he's got to move up to give that guy behind you some air, so that way, you've got some temps to keep pushing. Otherwise, you cook it and you blow up, and you stall that line. So if they're clear, they can move up safely and give that guy behind, give him some air. Whatever line's faster is going to push them back to the front. So, you're playing with your temps and just trying to keep everybody nice and cool up there so you can keep moving forward. It was a little squirrely at times, um, but all in all, it got done.
They got it done, but sadly, just one spot short. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. Anybody in general?
Oh yeah, man. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Jimmy Crow for putting it on. Um, John Ward, Steve, all those guys up front. Staying steady, trying to hold on to it. It's Friday night. Good times racing online.
Yes, sir, it was, buddy. Congratulations. I know you want to go up one more spot tonight, but we will see you in the next broadcast, and hopefully you'll go up that one more spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, bros. I'm gonna try.
All right, buddy. Sean
All right,
Corbett,
have a good one.
You too. Sean Corbett finishes second tonight. And we will get John Ward in here momentarily. Garrett Caswell, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, buddy, you told me at the top of the show that you were trying to minimize what little mistakes. Was there any mistakes that you know of that possibly cost you the win tonight?
Yeah, I was I wouldn't say I was getting greedy, but it was more so people who I was working with wouldn't give me the most support, so I was kind of relying on myself besides pit stop wise, which has been a thing I would struggle with, but I got out in and out of pits quick today, so that was nice. No mistakes for like the entire first half of the race, besides kind of there at the end when there was only like 11 with us running. I just had nowhere to go and was just shuffling between lanes, and some stuff worked, some didn't, but I kind of got lucky, narrowly got out of that big one, and
On the last lap.
yeah, it was kind of
Go ahead, buddy.
didn't have to worry about looking back in my mirror. So if I had another whole stretch, I probably would have gotten the leaders, but didn't have time.
Well, I want to ask you because it seemed like you were one of the ones up there trying to get that third lane rolling. And ultimately, it looked like the third lane could probably pull up there to probably the second row, but never could really get up there to the front without there being a checkup of some sort. And what do you have an opinion on why that is? Because we see the middle lane able to pull right up and get to run down the back straightaway, but we can never see the third lane. Do you believe there's a reason for that, or what's your take on it?
I don't know. I tried, but either the guys who were there and were actually would be with you to go up either just couldn't push at all, either temps wise or just I guess not as much super speedway racing experience and not know how to push, but and all and there was a lot of guys working with each other there in the middle lane and on the bottom lane, and that's probably what the checkups was. It was kind of annoying, but it's racing.
Yeah, and
I'm
it
happy with
happens.
the finish.
Well, buddy, I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you the same question I always do. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, etc., sponsors.
Uh, James Waring for getting me in. Uh, I think he's gotten me into a good bit of the ones which I've cashed, so I'm sure he's happy. I've already talked to him a little bit. GTCR Motorsports, all the guys there, uh, whether or not they're racing with me or not, they play a big part in us cashing out and victories and etc. T&J Bar and Grill, Mad Charity, JS Designs. Hopefully I can get back in touch with him soon about a new paint. But Jimmy Crow for putting it on. These have been pretty fun. Something to do throughout the weeks, and yep. And y'all for the broadcast. It's always nice going back and seeing or evaluating even more of what I could do right or wrong.
Yes, sir, buddy. Yes, sir. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm sure you'll look back tonight and think. I mean, sure you'll see some mistakes, but ultimately the third straight night that you do end up winning some money, and ultimately ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on third, Garrett Caswell will come in third tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Yep. And let's see. I got the 04 and I got Jimmy in here. Who to go first? Gentlemen, anybody want to go first, or does it matter?
We'll let the bros go first.
All right.
Oh, I don't know why I'm here.
And we're still in the and we're still in the
Yeah,
air,
we're
too.
live. We're hot mic, bros. Hot mic, bros. Don't do an All American 500. We don't need that, bros.
Oh, yep. All right.
How you enjoying the racing in HGR, Ambrose? How you liking
I'm
what
loving
we're
it.
doing here?
I love it. What we're doing here.
Do you like
And-
that everybody's learning and getting better and all that good stuff?
I do. And you know what? You know what the cool thing is that nobody has an attitude around here. It's like this is a really good. The vibe is great, and the promoter is great. The racers and racing is great. The broadcast is great. Everybody's having a good time here. I love it.
Appreciate you being a part of it. I'm gonna let Jim Bob get you some questions in.
Yeah. Well, the first question is going to be kind of a downer here. But how do you pronounce your last name? Because I feel like I've been mispronouncing it ever since I started.
It is Knievel, kind of like Evil Knievel.
All right, Knievel. Okay, I can remember that. Well,
Um,
Amber.
and if you can remember Evil Knievel, you know how I race.
Yeah.
I break bones. Anyways,
Well, buddy,
yes, sir.
11th place
Jim-
tonight. 11th place tonight. Ultimately, not what you wanted. You're able to work your way up to the front before the green flag pit stops happening momentarily. Was there anything that you could have done different? Try to get up there to the front, because we saw obviously there was a crash on pit road that affected some of the pit road. But was there anything you could have done different on pit road, or anything different at any point during the race to try to go up about 10 more spots?
Yep, there was a minute when we were about 3.5 wide, I suppose. And I figured, well, you know what? oh, fat boy don't need to be up here. So I dropped back, and then, man, I dropped back a little bit too far. I didn't put my eagle wings out, and lost the draft a little bit. And then I was sitting there waiting, just praying for a caution, trying to get my teammate to wreck the fucking leaders. Didn't work. He wouldn't do it. I'm kidding, Jimmy. I'm kidding.
Bro.
Anyways, yeah, I ruined my own race just by trying to be conservative, and by the time I figured out that I was being too conservative, it was 4 to go, and yeah, here I am, P11.
Well, it is what it is, buddy. Yeah, not the result you wanted, but next broadcast that we have,
No.
I'm sure you'll go up.
Man, it is the result that I wanted, because everybody had a good time, everybody was happy, and it's a good room. Love these guys, every one of them.
Well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm looking at the results here, and you are tied for third with the biggest movers of the race, with Bobby Forsby, both of you up plus 10 from where you started this race. So that's something to walk away with, be happy about.
Always happy. Appreciate your broadcast, brother. And Jimmy Crow, thank you for the host. We love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, appreciate what all you've done for the community, not just me, but everybody. When I got on Money Racing, Ambrose was paying for 6 guys to race at a time to help promoters have numbers and the guys to have race spots. So Ambrose, he was one of the guys I had in mind when I started this, so I appreciate what all you've done, brother. So thank you so much.
Well,
appreciate you racing with me. Appreciate you being my friend, brother.
Oh yeah.
Well, with that being said, I do got one more question. Since Jimmy said all that, paying for 6 guys, you mind if I hold $1?
Yeah, y'all don't be, fans, y'all don't be bugging Ambrose. Don't be bugging Ambrose.
Hey now.
Lord, I don't know what I started.
Hey,
getting spam calls during the night. That's me.
Hey, Jim Bob, why don't you hit my OnlyFans?
When it goes on discount. When it goes on discount.
Ambrose, Ambrose, in all seriousness, buddy, I don't forget the good people do. These drivers ain't a number to me. I get stressed out because I care so much about them and their experience in my room. It's not someone paying me on Venmo to race. It ain't even about that. It's about their experience. We just had a race. I ain't got no one griping at me. Everybody's happy, so I'm happy. So I that's why I do it. I don't take anybody for granted.
That's why I'm here, is because there is no BS around. It is just racing. You hold your line, you do your thing. If you make a mistake, great. Sorry, call it out. But nobody's being super jerks. I mean, it's great, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, kick me out of here.
All right, Ambrose Knievel comes in 11th tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Jimmy Crow, you jumped in here. I'm assuming you want an interview.
Oh, yes, sir. Proud of these guys, man. Really proud. Again, every race, though, we're having a pit stop incident, but these guys are learning. I was telling BB, we was watching them. I told him, money racing's funny. I got guys not wanting to come race because we have green flag pit stops. Like, they're like, when you have 100% fuel and no pit stops, holler at me. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 1,000. These guys in here that are coming in pit and they're getting better while them guys are waiting for 100% fuel, they're not getting better. And we're progressing. We're getting better. And so I appreciate these guys coming in here and racing, man. I was really pleased with how everybody did. Everybody's getting better.
Yes, they are, buddy. We thank him for putting it on. And real quick, if you want to hang out for this, I got 2 interviews for the price of 1 with Christopher Carter.
Yes, sir.
The first one, for those of you waiting to hear John Ward, unfortunately, not able to be here for his.
Yeah, he had to take care of the daughter.
Okay, well, safety comes first, especially with one of them. Christopher, so he said that you would speak for him, so this will be John Ward's interview.
Yeah, that was a great race. Our pits, I got lucky. I was right there behind that pile up going in, but I was already anticipating it. Got through that, was able to get out on time. Our partner, Steve Sizemore, that me and John was working with right there, his spotter said clear, and he wasn't clear. I lifted out of throttle, but it just wasn't enough because I was being pushed from behind. It's just a racing incident. You know what I'm saying? You got to, when you clear, you got to take it, and sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, and that I ain't had a chance to go back and look at it. By the time the wreck happened, Ward and then was already going down into turns 3 and 4. Had to cover it. But yeah, I mean, you played your strategy right. You did what you called. You wanted to drop back, play the field game. You got off a pit road with avoiding that incident coming into the pits. And ultimately, if the wreck with Sizemore doesn't happen on back straightaway, did you think that were you going to push Sizemore to the win, or were you just going to try to step out, or what was the plan if that did not happen?
If Sizemore would have cleared, I would have definitely pushed him to the win if I could have. That's a fact. I wouldn't have left him hanging. I would have done any of that. If we had it to do all over again, and Steve wanted to go up, if he'd have set it at the right time, John could have went with him. I'd have been in third, and us three would have finished wherever we finished, more likely 1, 2, 3, because we'd have controlled the main line, which is the middle line. But yeah, John controlled that whole race for us. We was pretty much following his advice, and it was working out. Just unfortunately, Steve's spotter said clear, and he was going to move up, and it just didn't work out for us.
Who needs spotters anyway?
And sorry, and also too, I want to say something about John Ward as well. John Ward, each race, I think this week, just out of John Ward's pocket, money out of John Ward's money, he has spent around almost $60 paying the entry fee to the driver
which
finishing
was
out.
me.
Yeah. So John's been doing that. Also, what John has been doing too is mentoring drivers. Like, he'll have an open Discord channel for anybody to race with him. He's teaching guys racecraft, all that stuff. So John has been a big asset to this group. He's not just taking, he's giving. And I really appreciate John Ward for doing that. And that just shows the character. And that's why people in the community, throughout the community, are wondering why John's allowed to race here. He's an honorary member. He looked out for a lot of guys in this group. A lot of his little dog stuff got hijacked. I'm just keeping it real, keeping it 1,000. But he inspired it, so that's good. But it just didn't feel right not having him a part of it. And I appreciate him mentoring the guys and doing all that. And, I mean, ain't nobody else really of his stature doing that, to take money out of his money and give back. So I really appreciate John Ward doing that. And he has a big Danny Barnes race tomorrow night. I will be handing out the flyers for that.
Now, this wasn't the first time I ever drove for John Ward, though. When he got caught in that storm, if you remember, Jimmy, he reached out to me, and I run his team in another benefit race, and ended up getting us a second place finish in that one.
Oh, yeah.
And not counting, Jimmy, that money he just donated to 6th place, which is me, we're turning around and putting that to 11th place for your benefit race on next Wednesday.
Yep.
In honor of Danny Barnes.
Yep. Thank you, Jim Bob. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to hop off here. Appreciate everybody. iRacing, Raging Idiot, iRacing Network. Hey,
it's a mouthful.
but what's crazy? We're on that network with the cleanest racing. So hey, it's all Jesus, y'all. Appreciate everybody.
You know it.
Yes, sir.
We're having.
Thank you, Jim.
Ain't no problem.
No, both Jims. Both of you Jims.
Oh, wow.
Two Jims don't make a right.
You know that one.
Right about that. All right. Christopher, right before you go, anybody, I asked this question to everybody. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, if you have any ETC. I believe you already ran through them, but ain't no harm in run through them again.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for broadcasting. I enjoy watching your guys' broadcast, by the way. Thank Jimmy always for throwing on the races. And thank John Ward for giving that 6th place prize money so we could, in turn around and give it back for a good cause. And no, that's about it.
All right. Well, Christopher, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for joining us up here in the booth multiple times, giving us some insight. Look forward to seeing you next time we go live.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too. Christopher Carter comes home 6th here tonight. And Jimmy, I believe you got business to attend to in the NASCAR hauler. Now, no rush, obviously. Just going to go through.
yeah.
Just going to go through the.
I probably already know who it is down there. But no, I appreciate you, Jim Bob. Sorry for hijacking your interviews.
you're
I just
good,
wanted
you're
to let these guys know I'm very proud of them. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do it without the drivers. It's all about the drivers. I really appreciate these guys and their effort and the effort to have clean racing and a non-toxic racing environment. So appreciate them and appreciate you broadcasting for us, Jim Bob. I'm gonna get out of your hair, brother. Thank you again so much, buddy.
Ain't no problem, dude. That being said, we're going to run through the results here. John Ward, after finishing 3rd the last 3 nights in a row, 2 or 3 nights, finally goes up 2 more spots, able to get the win. Sean Corbett in 2nd. Garrett Caswell, 3rd place. The 3rd or 4th straight top 5 for him this week. Joey Allen 4th. Benjamin Elliott in 5th. Christopher Carter 6th. Bobby Forsby 7th. Michael Barksdale, after being in the top 4 the majority of the night, as you can see, a lot of drivers down 20 seconds after that pit stop. Carl Lingle 9th. Richard Elliott, not sure there's any relation between Benjamin and Richard, but Richard Elliott comes home in 10th. Ambrose Kniebel in 11th. William H. Scott Jr. 12th. Nathan Barksdale 13th. Michael Wingo 14th. Steve Sizemore, after leading 17 laps out of 40 tonight for a 2nd time this week, has led the most laps but has not been able to put it together. He will be 15th. Marcos Hernandez 16th. It was a very emotional race for Stephen Scott Jr. Of course, a death in the family, racing with heavy hearts tonight, and unfortunately, it will not be the night that Stephen Scott Jr. wanted, but he will come home 17th. Another one that had a tough day, Sean Futrell, after being involved in 2 out of 3 incidents on in this race, I should say, comes home in the 18th spot. We'll go on down. To round out the field, Justin Johnson, 19th. Michael Menchaca, who another one of them that was at the front the majority of the night, gets bit under the green flag pit stop incident. And the only thing he will have to salvage is a 20th position. And Jeffrey Morrison, DNF'd after the incident on pit road, and he will sadly come home in the 21st and final position. It was a wild night. It's always a wild night here. For those of you interested, tomorrow night the Inspired Racing League ARCA Series goes to Fuji for the last road course of the season for both series in Inspired Racing League, and countdown to the playoffs for ARCA will go through Fuji. Can get it out. And then Monday night, you want more super speedway action? Monday night for the Inspired Racing League Cup Series again. It is the final chance for 5 drivers to make the playoffs. Josh Henderson, Jordan Jorno, Chris Lyotta, Brent Hammerhand, Jason Williams. At the end of that, Monday night, 2 of them 5 drivers will walk into the playoffs, and the 3 looking out will join the rest of the field. And once that is done, the playoffs start to crown the first ever Inspired Cup Series champion. Until then, I appreciate Jimmy Crow letting me put on these races. And I thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. And we will see y'all tomorrow night for the Inspired race at Fuji. Thank you.